Alright, folks. I know it's been a while. It's your boy here, Nigel, aka Captain Crunch, aka The Fits. Alright. Just picked this up off AliExpress about a week or two ago. Little rangefinder scope. I know I'll be out here at the range all the time swinging at these clubs, but I've never actually officially calibrated the distance I hit, well, on any club really, using a scope. Any set of clubs I've had, but today we got probably, seems 2 to 3 club breeze, but I know what I hit certain clubs to at a certain distance. It's not a fancy rangefinder, it's got pretty much static distances on there, so it's more or less just rough estimates, but still. Gonna get a rough idea what I actually hit for each one of my clubs today. Just swinging regular, not overpowering it, just regular competition style, efficient, solid swinging. So we're looking about 75 to 80% swing. And let's see what I get from each one of these clubs. Started out with the A wedge. I'll probably come back to those. A wedge and pitching wedge. Just to swing out to get loose a little bit. I'm going to actually officially start with the 9 iron today. So this is usually 150 yards for me. 140 to 160 depending on the wind. 2 club breeze today. I'm not expecting this to get to the 150 mark, but if it drops about 20 or 30 yards short, then I'll know I got pretty much 150 based on the wind today. Alright, it's like I was thinking, a little bit left. I didn't really line it up, but that looks like about 140, maybe 145 into the wind. Wasn't blowing as hard as it was the last few minutes, but I'll still give that maybe a 1 club breeze. So that's, these probably about 150, maybe the 155 for 9 iron, which is average. All right, let's check the 8. Alright, that's 8 iron. The first two I didn't even actually see where they landed exactly. Kinda didn't really see the third one land either, but it looks like it was going about maybe 155-ish or so. I ain't out there, but I'm gonna guess 155, probably to 160. But this 8 iron is usually about 160, 165 for me. Seven iron, ordinarily, back in the day with the extra steps, used to be about 180, 190 for me, on average. Let's see what this says today. Alright, I didn't actually see where the 7 landed either. I don't know what's going on. Usually I can see it. They switched these yellow balls, which is a little harder to see where it drops in the grass, actually land in the grass. But it looks like it was heading probably into the wind, probably a 2-club breeze when I swung that one. Looking at it probably close to 175-ish, maybe 180. Which means ordinarily that would have probably been maybe 195 or so. Six iron. It's looking like this. If this is the actual scope that they sent me, it's either not very accurate because the distances don't really change. It's designed to actually check it based on the flag stick, not these actual things here. But I still don't see how it's supposed to be accurate. It's not really making any sense. So what I'm looking at is right now more or less just a telescope with some numbers painted on it. It's adjustable, so you can change the distance you can see, but it doesn't actually really seem to actually show the actual accurate distance. I don't know. I'll probably check the instructions again and see if I'm reading it wrong later on. But for right now, you can see the flag stick, which is more or less what it seems to be doing. It's not digital. It's old-fashioned. But I don't know. I'll see what happens. wind definitely picked up on that one. That was 6-iron, dropped at probably maybe 145. So that should tell you what this wind is like out here on the range today. This wind really ain't playing today. Usually comes straight down the pipe when it's coming this direction. Usually about 2, maybe to 3 clubs breeze though. That was 5-iron. That probably went maybe 165, 170 just now. And I'm hitting these solid at the moment. So, without killing it, my usual swing kind of, not overkilling it, but I usually go at it fairly aggressively. But I'm thinking that's still probably about 75, 80%. All right, wind was about the same. Caught that one solid too. Slight draw on most of this. And even that looked like it only went maybe 170, 175 with the 5-iron. So ordinarily my 5-irons are smooth with no wind, roughly 210. Off the ground or off the tee. Off the tee maybe a tiny bit more. About 175 from what I can just estimate from here without using the scope, just off of the yardage markers I see out there. All right, 4-iron. Didn't reach the 200-yard marker yet. And I'm hitting all of these solid, slight draw. Off of the marker, maybe, I don't know, average 10 to 15, well, maybe 10 yards or so, maybe to either side. Still not lining them up, but that looked like that maybe got close to 190 or so, maybe. So this breeze is real stiff. 4-iron for me is usually anywhere between, I don't know, 215, 220, just smooth. So we got about 3 clubs probably out here today. All right, that's 3 iron. Still haven't reached the 200-yard marker out here. Once again, probably the breeze. That one wasn't as high a trajectory as most of the others, but you don't get a higher trajectory with, a lower lofted club. That was a 3 iron. That also went maybe 190, 195-ish. Gonna tee up the 3-wood. All right, that's teed up 3-wood that may just barely reach 200. I don't know if it went past it. I still can't exactly see where it's dropping. The sun's actually Well, just coming up from that side, like I say, these yellow balls are real hard to see where they actually really drop between the sun and the grass. You know, it kind of just blends in a little bit, but that looks like it was close to 200. I don't know if it was past or not. I may check it again a little bit later, but this really designed to really only work with flag sticks, remember, so supposedly. But still haven't swung out all of these at once, so I'm just going to swing out my usual kind of warm up and swing and just feel out all my clubs again. Let them know I'm forgetting, you know. Alright, that was smooth driver. Haven't swung this now in probably close to a month, I guess. Maybe a couple of weeks, 2 weeks or so. That barely went past the 200. My driver off the tee, into the wind, even into the wind, I usually average maybe 250 or so. Strong wind like this, maybe 250, 260, just smooth. That's the first one. I'm gonna hit a few more. You know, I usually come out and swing out the driver anyway. More for exercise than anything, but I'll swing a few more and just see if this, you know, if it changes. All right, that's driver. That's about 230 into this wind. Swinging smooth. Like I said, I'm swinging now probably about 75 to 80% capacity. Have not swung these in a few weeks. Usually I've been doing mostly just a bunch of chipping. Sand, A-wedge, pitching wedge, mostly for the last probably month or two. Wow. This wind is ridiculous. I don't know. For the camera, I don't know. I'll probably swing one or two, just bang one or two just for the camera off the driver. Then I'm going to switch it off and feed off of that. Just going to go ahead and just practice some other shots with my driver, with my different clubs. I don't know, whatever comes to mind. Longest driver today, maybe 240 into the wind. Wind died down a tiny bit, but still only about 240, supposedly.